So for today's video, I am doing a Halloween look. So if you can't tell, this is a vampire, but I wanted to do like a glam cute vampire because I would look up videos to try to get inspiration on YouTube, and most of the videos, they were old, and a lot of them they would like make their vampire look dead and more pale, and I didn't want to look like that. Like I wanted to look like a cute vampire, you know? Like I don't want to look ugly. So the vampire that I'm kind of referencing is the vampires from Vampire Diaries, which are the, like, you know, they have the veins and stuff. And I think it's pretty easy to recreate, and I think it's cute. You know, a lot of girls want to look cute on Halloween. So if you want to know how I got this look, then just keep watching. All right, so let's cue the creepy Halloween background music, shall we? So the first thing we're going to be doing is priming our eyes. I am taking the Instant Age Rewind Concealer by Maybelline in the shade Neutralizer. The reason why I like to use concealer as primer is because it gives me more of a full coverage to cover up like any discoloration or any veins I have on my eyelids. And I'm just going to use my finger to blend all that out. You want to make sure that you blend it out as much as you can so you can have like a smooth canvas when you apply your eyeshadows. And just, you can take any translucent powder to set your eyes. I'm just using the NYX HD powder. And then to prep my lips, I'm going to be taking some Vaseline Cocoa Butter just to moisturize them a bit, because I am going to be using a liquid lipstick, and liquid lips are very, very drying. So that's what I'm going to be taking to moisturize them. Now I'm going to take the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to go in with the color Hunt. Okay, no, your computer did not freeze. I just made a little mistake. That is actually the color Jax, not Hunts. So I went in with Jax all over my eyelid. And I'm just going to pack that literally all over my eyelid and into my crease as well. So I'm just going to slowly build it up until I get it to the color that I want it to be. And now to help blend that eyeshadow out, we're going to take the color Silk Cream with a clean blending fluffy brush, and we're just going to put that all over the crease to help blend out the eyeshadow and make it, you know, I guess blend out a little bit more. I don't know what I'm saying, but basically it's kind of like the transition color, but we're applying that after we apply the eyelid color. Next, I'm going to take the color Chip, also from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I don't know why I didn't show what color it was in this clip, but it's kind of like a mauve color, and I'm just going to pack that on to the outer V because I want to start deepening it up, and you know, because I want the eye makeup to kind of look vampy. So we're going to slowly deepen up the outer V by using Chip, and then after we're going to go in with the color Soda Pop, which is a very, very dark purple that almost looks black, but it's not black, it's purple. So it's deepen up that look, that eye look. We're gonna put that onto our outer V and blend it out. Now we're gonna go into the Metal Matte palette by Kat Von D, and we're gonna take the color Twinkle with our finger and apply it to the inner half of our eyelid just to give it more of a pop of color. And then after, we're going to go into the color Volt again with our finger, applying it to the inner half of our eyelid. And the color Twinkle was a little too light of a purple for my liking, for what I kind of imagined for this look. So I wanted it to be a little darker. So Volt is a darker purple, and that's what we're going to be applying all over the eyelid. And then we're just going to go back in with the Morphe brush just to blend out any harsh lines that we have on our eyelids. And once again, we're going to go back into the Jaclyn Hill palette and take the color Jax to add more red into the crease. I'm like, I don't know how to explain anything. I keep stuttering. I suck at voiceovers so much. Now for primer, we're going to take the Nivea Men Post Shaving Balm. And I wanted to use this as a primer just because it's a lot more tackier. And I wanted a very tacky finish for my primer. And for foundation, we're going to be using I'm using the Maybelline Matte and Poreless Fit Me in the shade 220, and I'm just gonna blend that out using a beauty sponge. And to clean up our eyes and make the eyeshadow look more sharp, I'm just gonna take some concealer to clean that up. And to highlight my face, I'm taking the Instant Age Rewind Concealer in the shade Neutralizer, and I'm taking the concealer that's a lot lighter than my skin tone because I wanted to look a bit pale, just not too pale, which is why I didn't use a lighter foundation. And I'm going to go into the Lorac Pro Contour Palette and use the beige highlight shade to set all the areas that I highlighted on my face. Going back into the RAC Pro Contour palette, I'm taking the light contour shade, and it has more of a grayish undertone, which is going to make our cheekbones pop out a bit more, I guess you can say. And I just feel like the grayish undertone in contours make my skin look a bit more dead, in my opinion. So I know I said in the beginning of the video that I wanted to look like a cute vampire, but we still have to make it look like a vampire, you know? So that's what I'm doing. And then we're going to go back and take the color Jax. And this is my failure of an attempt to create a bruise on my forehead. You can totally skip this step. I'm probably going to skip it on the day of Halloween. But just to show you guys what's on my forehead, I'm going to keep these clips in. Now I'm going to take the color Jax again, and I'm going to put that onto my lower lash line. And I'm also going to drag that onto my under eyes just so we can appear more bloodthirsty, if that makes any sense. Now for one of my favorite parts, we're going to take the color Hunts from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and we're going to be creating veins under our eyes. I don't know the name of this brush, but I feel like any detailed brush would do. One piece of advice would be to just go in with a very light hand, because if you put too much pressure on the brush, then the veins are going to start to pop out and come out thicker than what you want them to be. And since I don't have any face paint, I'm going to use the fake blood to make my veins pop out a lot more than what the eyeshadow would let it. So I sneezed. I thought I took that clip out. Bless you. So yeah, so I'm just going to use that blood to make the veins pop out more. And then after, I'm going to go back in with the eyeshadows over the blood to create different color veins. So I'm just going to take the colors Soda Pop, Enchanted, and Jax, all from the Jaclyn Hill palette, which are like a dark green, a dark purple, and the red that I've been using. For my brow bone highlight, I'm going to take the color In Light. And then for my inner corner highlight, I'm going to take the shade Twinkle. Highlight the rest of my face, I'm going to be mixing the shades In Light and the shade Twinkle. And if I were you guys, I would do the highlight first and then do the veins, because I was having a hard time trying not to mess up the veins by blending them out with the highlight. So do the highlight first and then do the veins. And then I'm going to take the color Jax again and put that onto my waterline. If you have a red eyeliner, use that, because it's probably more safe anyway. But I don't have one, so I'm just going to take a red eyeshadow. And then I'm going to take the liquid lip by Kat Von D in the color Damned. And I feel like this lip color just pulls everything together to give off that very vampy, dark makeup look that I was going for. And I'm just going to curl my lashes, and the mascara I'm going to be using is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara. And I'm going to take my Too Faced 3-in-1 setting spray just to set my face and have all of the makeup just settle in. And as I'm waiting for the setting spray to dry, I'm going to put some highlight all over my collarbones and my shoulders. And I'm using the shades Twinkle from the Kat Von D palette and the shade In Light from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm mixing them both and using it as my body highlight. And this is also my favorite part from the makeup look. So I'm going to start off by just applying 2 little blood drops on the outer corners of my lips, but then I decided that I wanted to look like I just finished drinking someone's blood. So I put some on my hands, and then I ended up smearing it all over my face. So I'm just going to slowly build up the blood around my lips, and then at the end I'm going to put 2 little blood drops on the outer corner of my lips and apply some on my hands as well. And for the finishing touches, you can pretty much do whatever you want. You can add more blood, you can add your red contacts or whatever colored contacts, and your vampire teeth, and that pretty much completes this makeup look.